Hi, this is Brian Kim. I'm going to share with you case number 2 in the viewer review series. This series was started because several of you asked me in the comments section of my videos wanting to see specific aspects of the surgery. And in this particular series, we're going to talk about how I'm able to hold the OVD cannula and push the OVD simultaneously while performing capsulorhexis. I'm really enjoying this series, and if you are as well, I would encourage you and welcome you to ask me more questions about anything specific about the surgeries that I perform and how I'm able to do it, and I'll do the best I can to show you in video form and explain the specific maneuvers that are being performed, and hopefully these instructions will help you perform these maneuvers a lot easier. So essentially what I do is I hold the shaft of the syringe with my middle finger, my ring finger, and my thumb, and then I use the pointer finger, my index finger, to be able to push the OVD into the eye. So here you go. This is the macro view. You can see I'm tapping the end of the plunger with my index finger. I have 3 fingers that are controlling the syringe, my middle finger, my ring finger, and my thumb. I'm able to perform capsulorhexis with my Moria microrhexis forceps. You can see there's very little movements. From a macro perspective, you can see how fine and nuanced the movements are during capsulorhexis, rolling my fingers, slightly adjusting and twisting my wrist, moving it up and down, side to side, rolling the fingers in order to grasp the capsule. But remember, you can see the left hand holding the OVD cannula. I'm using that really as a fixation device to control the eye to make sure it doesn't move. And then if I feel like I'm having chamber collapse, I can push more OVD, again, with the index finger on the plunger. And so here is the case in normal view. You see I'm kind of shaking the cannula, and that was me tapping the cannula with my index finger. I'm going to puncture the center with the Moria microrhexis forceps. I'm grabbing the right side of the tear. Again, I'm setting the diameter of the rhexis. And again, how do I set it? Because of the corneal mark that I made previously, I'm able to grasp the flap going around circumferentially, re-grasping after 2 to 3 clock hours. And again, I don't always hold the cannula this way. I do it when I have a high suspicion that I'm going to have OVD egress. If it's like a shallow chamber, like a white cataract, intumescent cataract, then I always do it this way, where I have my index finger on the plunger. So right at the end here, you can see I was jiggling, pushing, and it's the same maneuver. Again, a very good control. Why? Because I have 3 points of fixation with my ring finger, my middle finger, and my thumb. Again, excellent control of the syringe, so I can control it and it doesn't move wildly as I push the OVD with the index finger. So again, it's just a modified technique. Again, normally when you hold an OVD cannula, you'll be holding it with your thumb, your index finger, and your middle finger. But this is a slight modification. You still have excellent control. You see I'm resting my hand on the patient's cheek. I have excellent control of my left hand. It's essentially immobile. And if I have to push more OVD with the index finger, I can. You can see I was kind of tapping right now. I'm pushing with my index finger here at the end of the rhexis just to illustrate how I'm able to push the OVD. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I thank you for your attention.